Hello, I'm Maine Realtor Andy Moores. It is a gorgeous day. It's like 35 degrees. Everybody has this myth that Maine is 50 below zero and everybody's trying to get through snow-filled roads and sub-zero temperatures. It's not that way. This is a beautiful day to be out snow sledding, ice fishing. We went snowshoeing yesterday up in Monticello and it was gorgeous. So we don't sit and shiver on a couch. But anyway, what are we doing today? Maine real estate, you can count on that. And this one's a little tricky to describe. Usually all we have to do is talk about the town, make you feel like you're riding with us in the Jeep, and show some aerial footage and describe the place, and then standard outro, and we're done. This one's not that easy. I thought about it over the weekend to think, how do you describe this? Not because it's different or a unicorn or a white elephant. It's just not something you see every day. Doesn't make it really bad novelty-wise, but it just makes it a little tricky to describe who could use this building besides the present user. So what do we got? Log home in Maine. I can tell you it's a log home in Maine for sale. It's just not your typical home. It's a home for a business. Stay tuned. We're going to Oakfield. We'll show it to you. There's like 25 rooms, a lot of elements to it. So we'll figure out how we're going to describe it. We got about 2 exits on the interstate to figure that one out. Stay tuned. Just got a little traffic on Route 1. See the Peterbilt? This is exit 302 of Interstate 95. We are the beginning of I-95. To the right connects to the Trans-Canada, and if we go further north on Route 1, we can go all the way to the St. John River Valley. We try to show you the map, other information about the area while we're doing these run and gun simple videos. Got to take a left. We're going to exit 286 on Interstate 95. It's over 4,000 square feet. Originally it was built back in the late 80s, and then a new addition was put on in about 2001. Just a couple exits. Stay tuned. Where do we begin? This building has over 25 rooms, and their areas. You have 3 half baths, you've got a little kitchenette. It's set up to be a home for a business, a log home in Maine. But it could just as easily be a home for your business. What was it used for? Building log homes. If you had to go estimate the kit, get the labor, you're talking about $1.4 million to replicate it. You're right, not a brand new building, but the original building was built in 1987. Then a new addition was put on in 2001. 2005, they added outdoor boilers to go with the multi-zone oil hot water heat. They added heat pumps. There's 3 air conditioners. There's 1 heat pump that does both heating and cooling. You've got double Anderson windows, the fancy overhead transoms. You have a delivery area with double doors. We'll show it all to you. But this would be the conference room. It's about 18 by 24, obviously cathedral. This could be your living room. This could be a daycare. You could have an executive home for a bunch of businesses. It could be made into extended stay. Heck, it could be a college. It could be a telecommuting call center. So what would you use it for? Make comments down below. The price, more information about Oakfield, local banks, everything is down below. So please go down below. We're excited about this building. It's not your average log home that's 3 bedrooms, maybe a bath or 2, and cathedral ceiling, and that pretty much sums it up. It's a lot more than that. You and I are in Aroostook County, where people work hard because they grew up on farms. They grew up out in the woods. They have work ethic. This cathedral section is in the back of your building. You have your own separate parking lot. To the rear, there's a front retail parking lot too. The rear section has a little catwalk balcony. Can you see how nice a living space this would be for your office or for your residential use? See the spruce purlins? It's a log home from a log home maker. They're not going to scrimp on their own headquarters. The drone flyover shows you the two sections. This back section that has an upper and a lower level could easily be developed in a different way than the front retail section. Coming in off the cathedral, 2-story, in this 4,100 square foot log home, you have a series of offices. We're just going to slowly go down the road to show you the offices. Or what would you use them for? Bedrooms? It could be used as a motel, hotel. It was built to be a Cedar log home sales operation. Some of the areas used for storage. You can't just have office buildings, you need the support rooms. For areas purposed for, say, blueprints. For a kitchenette that could be expanded to make it into a full kitchen for a home or an apartment. The double doors for deliveries. Your multi-zone Weil McLean Gold oil hot water furnace. 3 half baths in this 4,100 square foot log home for your business, for your family, for a mix of business and pleasure. All wired for the phones, the information, data stations. It's all in place. If you run it as a business, you probably need an IT guy. This is ideal for that. This could be used for security, for banks down country. You need an area for storage. Maybe this is a pantry, not used for office supplies. Do you need it for offices? Counseling? Individual use for different businesses like an incubator space? This is just the lower level, the daylight basement that's ground level. If you're thinking of shortening this up and making efficiency apartments, it's easy to take 3 rooms for that purpose. Just lay them out. We've got the blueprints. This can be reconfigured very easily. Use it all. Use the portion you need and expand into the rest. You can put part of this building to work until you need all of it. There's room for expansion. Got the general idea? There won't be a test. This would be the lower walkout level. The conference room on the very end gets lots of sunshine late in the day. You have a front entry. You have another stairway. This would be from the conference room to get to the first floor level. We're in the ground level in this conference room. See the big slabs of real native wood? Here's the front entry of the original building that was constructed in 1987. That rear addition put on in 2001. Lots of other improvements made along the way. We're right across from a bank. That gives you a secure feeling. If you're running a business, you're going to have to make deposits. See the air conditioner heat pump? We've got one that does both heating and cooling, 3 just for cooling. Here's another angle on this big cathedral front entry. This could be a living room just like that conference room. This is a very versatile, multi-use building to develop. All it takes is good timing, a little imagination. But all I can tell you is you couldn't begin to build it, to even buy the materials for the list price on this one. 3 half baths in this structure. For plumbing, here's your little kitchenette. There's another one on the lower level. They are separate areas so that you can compartmentalize, shorten them up, or expand. Grow into the rest of the building if you don't need it all right now. One of the offices, all the doors, they're not hollow core, they're the 6-panel pine kind. Cedar logs, hot water heat, all kinds of windows. This could easily be part of a living room, a den, a bedroom. We don't want to leave you with the impression it's just a place for a business. It's a log home for your business or for your family, or both. Here's another oversized executive office. Or it's another living area in your home in Aroostook County. If you're going to use it as an office, you're going to need copiers, file cabinets, areas the public doesn't see. That little kitchenette could be expanded into more kitchen area here. Again, it depends on how do you want to use this building. Make comments down below and let us know where you're watching from. 3 half baths. Here's one. Yes, it is big enough to add a shower. Plenty of room. This is an oversized room that could be 2. I'll show you the 2 doors out in the hall. Vaulted ceilings, all cedar walls, cedar tongue and groove. See what I mean? Here's out in the hall. More high ceilings. You don't feel cramped in this structure. Looking down the hall, you have a series, like I said, 25 rooms to develop of all sizes. If you did break it up and kind of compartmentalize, you need entries to make the insurance company happy. And for fire codes, you've got them with this building. When this Maine log home was made for a business, they gave thought to how else could it be used down the road? How could we expand on it? A lot of forethought, a lot of detailed maintenance happens to this structure. Enter this door, go upstairs, go downstairs. You just close them off. What's at the end of the hall? The entrance to the upper level of that back balcony conference room. Beautiful space. How would you use it? Make comments down below. One more office, or whatever you put the room to use for, that's next to a handicap access ramp. It has its own separate entry. Like I said, there's a lot of ways to get in and out of this Maine log home for your business or for your family. This area serviced by this half bath. 3 half baths in this property. 1 oversized so you could make it into a full bath easily. This office gets a lot of southern sun with double sliders. It has access to that handicap ramp. Multi-zone for heating. It's efficient oil hot water. You have an outdoor boiler. You even have a heat pump so you can play the energy market easily. It's economical. It's actually more than a handicap ramp. It's like an open porch, a deck. Your workers like that on a summer day to eat their lunch outside. Lots of sunshine pours into this room that has a closet. Offices on each side of the main cathedral entry. This is one of them. Double windows. This gets a lot of sunshine. That's why you need the blind. But see how you have a parking lot out front? You also have one out back. Hey, I gotta swing in. I'm in Oakfield. This is the cheapest gas too. What do you think about the building? I'm pretty excited about it. When you can buy a building right now, turnkey, that would cost at least $1.5 million, if that, by the time you find the land, do the well, do the septic, get the contractors lined up. It's turnkey. It's a home. Is the timing right for you? I realize sometimes, geez, I could use that building 2 years from now. Timing. We can put it to use if you don't have one right now. Reach out, give me a call. I gotta go pump some gas to save 15 cents or so. We're in Oakfield, but we're gonna buzz back to do the video because we got to get these online for you guys that are out in the audience. Thanks a lot for being a loyal subscriber, watching the videos, and making comments. The comments you make from the questions that get asked help all of us. That's what I like about YouTube. It's average people helping each other, you know, with pretty good ideas. I'd like to talk to the guy on the street, sometimes more than the career politician or someone that's just not in the real world. See you later. We'll talk to you next time on the Maine Real Estate Channel. And stick around. There's a link to financing if you need help financing this property. Log home in Maine. Maine real estate for sale. Just not your average property.